Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
Let's talk about that anxiety video. That was a hard and vulnerable video for me to make and to share with you, for me to post. But now that a few months have passed since that day happened, it brings me to a thought. If you're wanting to do something off-grid like we are, it's definitely something to consider about how remote you want to be or how remote you choose to be, and whether or not you can handle all the things that could happen. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen or how you're going to react in any certain situation until you're actually in that situation. I always thought I would be the type of person who could keep a level head in like a crazy situation, because I have been able to in the past, and when various things have happened. My mind is usually like, okay, so this is happening. What are we gonna do about it? Like, usually I can be like, this is what we need to do. Think it through, think it logically. And usually I can figure it out, and I've been fine. This time, I was caught up in the middle of a very dramatic storm. I don't know how well that translated onto the camera, but it was very dramatic, on crazy steep hills and slippery roads with lightning and thunder going on all around me. I was having to confront several of my fears all at once. And for whatever reason, I could not control what was happening inside me. The panic that was building and all the things that were so out of control all around me. And for whatever reason, my fight or flight kicked in hard. I was in flight, like, get me out of this car, into the storm. That also freaks me out. It was just not a good situation. I felt so unsafe and just totally out of control. So this reaction was a total surprise to me, and it's something I never considered when we were buying this property. And if you stick around with us on this channel, I think you're going to see that almost every time we went out, something happens. It's just the nature of living off-grid in a remote location. So I think if you're considering something remote or off-grid, then it's something you should really stop and seriously stop and consider. Not only does it take physical preparation to work and live out somewhere remote and off-grid, but also consider whether or not you have the mental fortitude you're going to need to handle whatever might happen. How do you react to unexpected things? Do you have anxieties? If so, how bad are they? Do you know what triggers you? Do you know how and what to do if you do get triggered, like I was? Do you have coping mechanisms? How do you handle changing plans? Things can change, and things can change quickly. Can you be prepared for the unexpected? And if you're not prepared, can you come up with creative solutions? Can you problem solve independently, or do you rely on others? These are things I think that need to be seriously taken into consideration when you're considering something off-grid, especially if it's remote. I know some off-grid properties are a lot closer to town. Ours is an hour away from town. So if something happens, you need to be able to handle it out there on the mountain. I think it's an important topic to discuss and to think about and to explore if you're considering something like this. And it's a topic that I haven't seen a whole lot in the homesteading world when you're trying to decide if it's something for you. So people have asked me since that video went out how I'm feeling about owning our property out there now. I had no idea that I would react that way. And there may be things that you won't know until you're in that situation too. For me, my anxiety triggers are around personal safety. And even though I'm terrified of lightning, I actually really love a good dramatic storm if I'm safely inside and not outside on a slippery road next to a drop-off. So yes, I still absolutely love it out there. And after our first season out there, I know more what to expect now. And I'm just a little more prepared now. Catch you guys next time. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Stay tuned for more adventures.